Hello there. So yeah, man, it's Daniel here. Today was the day, man. Today I was locked in. Okay. Today didn't sleep that much. No, slept like what? The neighborhood around the neighborhood of I don't know 6.5, 6 hours and a half. Not good. Not good. Well, I know that I was because man, I look at the numbers, and like I'm not just gonna look the other way, especially like in my numbers. I was like, man, I'm not dialing enough. So I was kind of disappointed with myself. I was like, yeah, man, fuck it. I don't care today. I don't care. I'm just gonna hit the numbers, hit the dials, and sure, I got there, said and done. I got there, just dialing, fucking dialing. A lot of new leads. A lot of new leads, man. Like the marketing, they're crushing, okay? There's a lot of new leads. And like, for example, they are sending me it's not like completely old leads. It's like, 1 month old. Like that's not like old. Like old leads for me is like, after 2 months, they're old. But like 1 month, they still remember. Come on, they're not that old. But like 3 months onwards, that's old. But like 2 months, like 1 month, like fuck, man, they're not that old. But like I'm not focusing on those because there's a lot of leads, a lot of new leads who didn't answer, who didn't pick up the phone, who didn't answer my messages. And like for example, today I had a call, like very qualified prospect, very serious buyer, sophisticated buyer. She only answered my message. Like she only replied to my message after I think after the 60th, sixth, yeah, after message, the sixth message that I sent her. And I remembered that I thought, I'm gonna give up on this lead, and I just no, I'll raise that number from the CRM. I was like, ah, fuck it. But then I was like, yeah, no, I'm fucking, why not? And then she replied to that. I sent a meme, and she replied to that. And I was like, fuck, man. And then today I talked with her. Very qualified, just busy. She's just busy. And I was like, fuck, man. That was only possible because of follow ups, you know? And my supervisor, she got back. She's back. Back in town, you know? And, I mean, she's okay. She's not like bitching about it anymore. Not that much. As much. Now, I like that makes sense because I know a bit more now. So, because of that, she's not that pain in the ass. No, that she wasn't in the beginning. But I still she knows a lot of shit that I don't. So I want to ask her how do you do that? And once she explains, she's not good at explaining things, which is fine, But I'm good at asking questions, so no, it kind of yeah. But it's not that complicated, I said, yeah, what could I have done better? She said you got to do this. As for the money, I was like, oh, okay, go cool. And then I just in the morning, I just dialed like crazy. And then I had a call with a friend of mine from High Ticket, and I was kind of sad. I was kind of a little depressed. I was like, yeah, no, because I was like, man, things are not I was just complaining. I was like, oh man, I don't know. Looking at you, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be there, in the remote sales, high ticket, but yeah, nah, things didn't go as planned, and most of the times they don't go as planned. No, I heard I don't believe in God, but this is a good phrase, when man make plans, God laughs. Yeah, yeah, man, you make the plans and then you think you own the plan, man. It's I don't know. just follow it, man. You're the king and the slave at the same time. So I was talking with them. I was like, yeah, man, like things are not the way that I like. The like I'm not happy. And then like right after I said that, I was like, maybe I'm asking for too much happiness. Happiness is a lot. Just being satisfied, that's enough. You know. But but like I said one thing to him, like I'm not gonna fucking give up. I'm not. I'm not. Because I'm already here, man. Imagine if I would have to like just learn everything. Like I remember, like all the shit that I have to go through, like to learn, to improve my English and like learn high ticket and get the first offers, the dials. Like man, just like imagining like having to go through all of that like in a different like realm, like let's say marketing or like whatever. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like I'm not gonna make as much money as in sales. So I'm familiar with this type of shit. You know, there's there's always shit, but I'm familiar with this shit. So I'm just gonna stick here for a bit longer. Then I go after other shits, like business, like having a business. Man. But yeah, man. And like I said, like man, like I remember like some prospect said that like you're not taking this serious. Like now that I look back, like I wasn't. But like now I really do. Sales calls, like I really take that shit serious. It's very important, man. Like now I see like the value of that. You know, booking the calls, making them show up, like everything, man. You know. Now like I'm having a better understanding of the whole process. Like of course I don't know like up to the point of generating the lead. I know like I just know my like I'm understanding more about my part. Like the lead, no, the lead showed up. Like there's the lead. Like what happens? What's the process of that lead to go through? Like I have two examples now because I did my first sale, my first. Like I work like door to door selling candy on the street. So yeah, and also internet packages. But like my first high ticket sales, like really high ticket, that was like a 130K deal, and I got 2.5% of that. That's 3,100, 3,100. So yeah, like now I have like the whole process, the whole process, and I'm like, yeah, you know, and then I died in the morning. Then I had a call. I was supposed to have a call. The guy didn't show, and then I had this call with my colleague for my ticket, and then like we had the meeting, and then my supervisor, man, she's she's a G, man. She really knows how to manage me, and like for the like it's like it was a weird feeling, but like of awe, like I was just like admiring her because she told this story like about like because like here in Brazil, fuck man, like here in Brazil, like World Cup, like it's like fucking Christmas, like it's very important, you know. That's the only thing we pride like we pride ourselves, It's soccer, like I don't give a fuck about that, but like it's like most of the people here they really love this shit. And like that was like when we lost like 7-1, Germany, and like I think the game was about to start, and then like her manager back then like called them, all the fuck, what's the name? Not the like it's like the real estate agents, like he was pretending to be a prospect, like yeah I want to look into this, and like all of them they were like I'm busy I can't, and then she was the only one that was up to like she was like I'm there, and then like he explained that to her, like she got mad of course, but like then the guy he sent her like 1K, like like that, No, that was like what? I don't know, 10. No, not 10. Like 6 years ago, something like that. No, 8 years ago. So like, was a lot. Like back then was a lot of money, and because she showed up, she was available. That was a priority to her. Like other thing that she said to me, she was like, she told about, like I always like work like as if the deadline like is about to end. Like the deadline is here. Like from day one. That's the way that I operate. And I was like, fuck, that's. And I was like, fuck, my impatience with inputs. Like the deadline is here. Like it's this week. Like and that got into my mind. Like man, that's the key. Like that's a good mental framework to like really execute. Not fucking like think. No, like by the time, like for example, just today, like I got there, like I always get there like around 7:30. I'm like, yeah, man, like up to like 8. Ah, 8 like, no, like 8:15, like 8:15 a.m. Like, yeah, it's good to start dialing around that time. But like, you know, up to like 88, 10, like it really doesn't. It's not good to dial because they're not gonna pick up. So, yeah. Start sending messages, and then I was just like hitting the phone. Like by the time they got there, like around 9:30, I had already dialed a lot, like 100 dials. Yeah, they allowed me like to book calls, and like for example, that was one lady today. She was very like skeptical prospect, like I was able to overcome that because I study in the weekend, you know, like the mental model, like the frame she was in. So yeah, man, and then that was the follow up one. So like, yeah, and now like, and then that's sort of my manager like, and then she recognized me. She was like, she recognized me. She was like, like in the weekend because I did not only the diet reports but like the like yeah, like it's like a fucking report, but like number of dials I did, the show up rate, like the conversion, top funnel, like all of that. You know, and she noticed that. She noticed like he he's doing the work. And like like because that meant a lot to me. You know, because I always felt like my whole life, that I was never like recognized by my abilities, my skills. Like for the first time, someone noticed that. Like that's at least the way that I feel about it. Because I still feel like, maybe she's just saying this to like get me on the her side. I don't know. Like in terms of like, for the company, regardless. But like that was recognized. And I felt embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but like kind of like shy. I was shy. I was like, well, man, that was the first time. That was the first time. And yeah, and fuck, and like now she has to go to another state like to handle because the guys they're not fucking selling. So she's not gonna be available this week, which is sad. My supervisor, she's fine, she's cool, but she doesn't have the experience like to. Nah, man, she's not there, man. She's ah, well, whatever, right? And yeah, man. And then I got here, and then like now I'm getting more comfortable like doing the presentation. And then like today did some tweaks. Not tweaks, but like iterate. Like now, like for example, like today I was able to, like kind of like the first call, I was like No, I did a consequence there. Like, I'm just like, I'm still trying to find the best word. Like the questions are too long. Like, because remember I have to translate. Like in English, it's easy, but like I have to translate as like I'm still like, no, adjusting. Like fuck, like not like that. But yeah, man, it's getting there. First, now, yeah, yeah, I feel like First Blood, the first, set, but I think this one is the first kill. Yeah, that was First Blood. This one is the first kill. Yeah, man, that's it. Let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Bye. I'm gonna wait until it's 16 minutes. Yeah, man, it's close, maybe. Now it's the time that I have really to, just 10x this shit. Because if I start to get complaints, and that's the problem. So yeah, man, that's it. Let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Bye.